All right, so there's guys out there who cut down. They might be very lean already, right? They might even be underweight for their height, but they still can't get their abs to show. And they just say, oh, I just have bad ab genetics, bro. And they leave it at that and they move on, right? They just use that as an excuse. Whereas there's other guys out there who, with every single cut, it seems their abs pop more and more. I'm going to talk about what I think is the difference here and how we can be in the latter group. Without further ado, let's dive into it. I remember clearly, look, the only reason I even started my fitness journey was because I wanted abs. And I wanted abs because I was so deeply insecure at that time. I got like no attention on the dating market, and like I was trying to put myself out there with like dating apps. And I'd be like checking like my dating apps every 2 minutes, like, oh, did I get a message? Did I get like there's no message there, bro. Like you're not getting any matches, bro. Like there was you know what I mean? Like there was nothing there. And I thought that if I got abs, that would like fix my problem somehow. Because I always kind of been like the uncool kid throughout elementary school, high school, college. Never really got that dating attention that I wanted. So I was like trying to scratch that itch. So I was like, oh, if I have abs and muscles, surely girls will like me then. Surely my dating life will improve then. So then I went on this pursuit to try to get abs. So the first thing I did when I started my fitness journey was I bulked up for like 4 months, I think roughly around that much. And then it was a super dirty bulk. I was just eating anything I could. And I was like, oh, I have enough muscle now. I'm going to cut. Because again, the only muscle I cared about were the abs, right? So I cut down and I did have abs now, but they were the most pathetic looking abs, to be honest. Like I had to be at like the perfect angle under the perfect lighting just to be able to see them. So I was pretty disappointed with the results. After that, with every single bulk I did, I committed myself to direct ab training. And guess what happened then? I trained my abs, and with every single cut, my abs were popping more and more. Now I had that V line at the bottom starting to pop out as well, right? And I'm not the only one who's had this experience. I'm going to share pictures of Jeffrey, who's another fitness influencer somewhere over here, and he had a similar experience just recently when he started to give direct ab training, more focus. And then also, I believe Stephanie Buttermore is the name. I hope I got that name right. She also did an experiment where she trained abs for a while to see, like direct ab training for a while to see if it would make an aesthetic difference. And it made a huge aesthetic difference for her as well, right? Now, I know there's going to be people who are going to say, oh, direct ab training? You don't need to do that, bro. Just compound lifts are enough, bro. Just do your compounds, bro. It's like, no, take that thought, throw it out the window. That thinking is so backwards that I truly don't understand why it's still perpetuated today. If you want a muscle group to grow, why are you not just training that muscle group? It's like, oh, I want my abs to grow, so I'm going to get stronger on the squat. Like, what? Just train your abs, bro. Like this is not that complex. And I don't understand why it's not just seen as simple as that. Like, you want your abs to grow, train them. Like abs are kind of put in this fairy tale land where it's like, oh, abs are just going to grow magically, but you got to train everything else. What? And I don't understand why people don't keep the same energy with like biceps, for example, or triceps. When you're hitting bench, you're working your triceps. You're working your triceps a good amount. But why do you still do tricep pushdowns? Because you want your triceps to grow more. They're not growing enough with the bench. You want them to grow more, so you do triceps pushdown. Clearly, your abs are not growing enough with just compounds. So why focus just on the, like it's time to do direct ab training to grow your abs. Simple as that, right? And I swear another part of the problem here is some of the advice that's given online on like the forums, like the Reddit forum, bodybuilding forums. I remember when I was like first getting into this fitness world and trying to understand how things work. Some of the advice online, so, oh, just do 5x5s, bro. Just do 5x5s. You'll build so much muscle, look so aesthetic, and drink a gallon of milk a day for your bulking diet. It's like, take that thought, throw it out the window as well, man. Like, these people, they give this horrific advice, and most of them have not even walked the path of trying to build an aesthetic physique, right? You look at their profile, and they don't have any evidence to show that they've walked that path, yet they're giving this advice. I personally don't understand it, and especially this 5x5 perpetuation. Oh, just do 5x5, you'll get a study. Like, of course, you're going to build muscle on 5x5. You're lifting heavy weight after all. But if your goal is aesthetics, Why would you neglect accessory lifts? But anyway, that's a topic for a completely other day. And then it's like, oh, just drink a gallon of milk a day. Like, really, no. There's much better ways to bulk than just shoving food down your gullet, shoving a gallon of milk down your gullet that you don't even really want to drink, right? And then like that already is so calorically dense. And if you're eating other things in your bulking diet, you're going to put on a lot more fat than muscle. So just be careful with some of this fitness advice online. All right. Now, so anyway, the whole point I'm trying to make with that, with the content so far, if your abs are lacking, seriously look into direct ab training, right? I do think it'll do you a lot of good if you're in a similar position that I was. All right. I just want to end this video off by saying, be kind to yourself throughout this process. It is a slow process, this muscle building one, right? And again, I remember when I first started, when I did that dirty bulk, I did the dirty bulk for like 4 months and I cut down right away. I was like trying to find like these little techniques to fasten the process somehow, to make it, to do it good. That's why I dirty bulk. That's why I put on like 50 pounds at 4 months. That was extremely counterproductive. Had I just like gone on a nice slow lean bulk for a year, within like a year and then like a 2-3 month cut, I would have looked phenomenal. I wasted so much time banging my head like against the wall and like tripping over and over and over again. And with everything I understand now, I could build up the physique I have now in less than half the time, right? I truly believe that. And what I'm saying right now is like an important message that I've learned, that I believe had I incorporated this earlier, I would have gotten results much faster. I was doing that, again, I did the dirty bulk thing. I was doing mad volume. I was pushing every single exercise to failure every single day. Because I was like, I want results fast. And seriously, one of the most important things I can say, even though it may not sound like it on the surface, one of the most important things I can say is be kind to yourself, trust the process, and follow the process. Had I just stayed calm and trusted the process, then I would have done a nice lean bulk rather than trying to shove 500, 1,000, 2,000 calorie surplus down my throat just so I could, see the scale moving up faster. Because that made me feel good internally and made me feel like I was getting faster results. Whereas in the long run, it was much slower. Similar to me constantly pushing to failure, I had just been kinder to myself throughout the process, been calmer, I would have made much more progress. It's like, you can think of it like a computer, right? What happens when you push a computer to 100% all the time? It breaks down real quick. So there's a reason we have periodization and other things. And again, that's topics for other videos. But if you're pushing everything to failure every time, you're trying to like expedite these results somehow, there's only so much gain you'll be able to get out of it before you start to get some seriously bad returns on your investment. So yeah, that's all I got to say there. Trust me. Be kind to yourself. Trust the process. Be proud of yourself every single day for showing up. Show up, do the work, and make it happen, right? You're well on the path to your goal. Now I want you to imagine for a second. Imagine you take this advice. You run with it. And now with every single bulk and cut, your abs are popping more and more. Imagine that you finally have the aesthetic physique that you dreamed of. But because you're not trying to like fast track things, and because you're listening to the advice that's taking you to your goal, you're listening to the advice specifically for building aesthetic muscle. You're now looking in the mirror and you're like, damn, I look good. You got a nice aesthetic physique looking right back at you. Imagine that all that attention, like you always wanted, because like I said, my initial drive was vain goals, right? Now that's changed, but I'm not going to deny the fact that that's probably the goals for a lot of you. So imagine that you're finally getting that attention you always wanted, right? Your apps are popping, your dating apps are popping, your social media apps are popping because you're finally getting that attention that you had seeked out. Imagine that. And that's the path you're on, right? Keep working hard. I know you can do it, but what I know or believe doesn't matter. What you believe matters. So I hope that you believe in yourself too. And that's all I got for this video. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Ultimately, I want this to be our positive little community where we help each other, support each other, and help each other get to the next level in life. So please come join our community. I'll leave my Instagram, TikTok somewhere here. Please do support there as well. Please do like, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you later. Peace.